Mini Cooper SE. And this is the facelift for the 2022 model year. This car is an enigmatic black with black roof. Dealership opted for no sunroof on this one. It's iconic trim, but no sunroof means lower center of gravity, and we all love that. Inside, we got the lounge leather interior. Really, really pretty. We got the new dashboard. And I'm going to start this up in a little bit so I can show you some of the new systems in the car, but really, really great here. They have the power spoke wheels. So lots of yellow accents all over the car. These are the new side sculls that we talked about. The new headlights with the painted black interiors, so they have a very kind of smoked look to them. The air curtain that we talked about. This car has more of a grille than the 2021 model did, which looks really nice. Now, I know a lot of you aren't a fan of this gigantic trim ring and grille surround, but the overall aesthetic, when you look at it, is really good. I really think this is just a really nice look. Plus, the front has less overhang than the outgoing model year. Now, as you all know, all electric minis use summer performance tires, so this one's no exception. Let's get inside here. I'll show you some of the new interior features. There's the new digital dash. Digital dash is now standard throughout the model lineup, along with that really cool sound that it makes. Here we have the new touchscreen navigation. Now, what's great about this is, what's cool here is if you look, it's telling you the different places with these little plug logos where you can recharge your Mini. And I'm going to shut the door because that is annoying. So there's the new LED trim ring. Now, it's not lit up right now, but it is lit up for regular driving. Now, the car is on. So you can see right here, charging current, maximum, charging mode, and what is our range? Our range is currently 109 miles now. Sales manager wanted me to show you this. I'm gonna clean my lens real fast though. That's better, a little bit. There we go. Sales manager wanted me to show you this. This is 109 miles of range. 110 miles is about what they say. If you put the car in sport mode, it should change that. Is the car not on? Now it's on. There we go. Sorry about that. But if you put the car in sport mode, it should actually change the range slightly. And it's not going to. Okay. So what if we go down to mid, green? There we go. See how the range just increased to 122 miles? And is there a green plus? I think I was told there is. There it is, green plus. There you go. 140 miles of range. So in green plus mode, this car can get you 140 miles of range, which is more than what they initially said. So green mode 122, mid mode 109, and then sport mode, it says 109, but you're probably gonna get like 90. But still, this car is incredibly fun to drive in sport mode, but we're gonna put it back in mid mode and show you the new screen here. Now, it does have the normal dial. You notice they got rid of the orange, but it does have the normal dial, so you can adjust all your settings from there, or you can tap away up here. Now, this is a new flat screen, flat surface area, but this is the new interface right here. So we got the navigation over here, you got your radio right here, your clock, and I think, yep, there we go. So you can kind of rotate through all your different settings. So this is telling you your miles to the nearest recharging station by the looks of it. 7.6 miles. Mini connected, notifications. Click that. It says reset tire pressure. But really kind of clean and tidy. It's a really, really tidy setup that they've done here. And I'm very, very impressed with that. And okay, so I'm going to say hello to everybody here. We got Jamie Pickles. We got someone who's going to go get their popcorn. So Hey to everybody. But let's see here. So we got navigation, touchscreen. They got the new map system. Map hasn't really changed, but the interfaces have pretty much changed. You got voice instructions, traffic info, map content, map views. So right now we're facing north, direction of travel. That's a new one. I've never seen that before. But it's just really, really, really cool. I really like this. So let's try something here. So we got this really cool, nice streamlined LED ring here. And hey, to gameplay benchmarks, we're going to go in here. I want to adjust the technology in action, vehicle status. I want to do something with vehicle settings. I want to change this ring here. So let's go to lighting, interior lighting, ambient lighting. We can make it brighter. We can make it dimmer. But I don't think that's the lighting I need. I need the dynamic stuff. So, trying to find that. Where is it? System settings. Displays. Here we go. Head-up display, control display. No. Instrument panels. Here we go. Color scheme. Lounge. Sport. Ooh. We got red. We got some red sport going on here. I like that. And then depending on driving mode. I like the red though. Is there manual lumbar adjustment? So Jason D is asking if there's manual lumbar adjustment. The answer to your question is yes, there is. Manual lumbar adjustment. But let's see here. I want to try to change this ring still, so I'm trying to do that still. So this interface system is very different to me. I think it's the center display though. Displays, control display, instrument. I think it's control display. Brightness, no, that's not it. So I can't seem to find the thing to change this ring right now. Center instrument. There we go. Event display. Okay. Now, if you have navigation on, if you have this thing set, it'll actually pinpoint your destination. And yes, Jason, that is the iconic trim with Mini Yours lounge leather. So basic display. Here we go. Ambient lighting. Boom. There we go. Now we're cooking. You can also have your battery status, your speed, or you can turn it completely off. But I wanted to find ambient lighting because I think that's really cool. So now that we've done the ambient light, let's go back into the Mini. And system settings, displays, color scheme. Let's see what this does when you go to sport mode. Ooh, look at that. So very kind of dynamic, bright color right there. And then if you go to lounge, it kind of gives it a very soft. That is really cool. Look at that. I love this. And there's also, you can kind of see it. There's that new LED light. Yeah, there it is. The new LED lighting right there underneath all the dash trim pieces. Doesn't it look amazing? At night, this car is beautiful inside. It's just a really, really pretty car inside. But let's see if I can change the colors. So we still have the switch up here. So let's see here. Yep, we can still change them. Except in lounge mode, they're kind of a bit of a pastel. Really kind of nice. I like that. You have a lot more personalization with the coloring. Now let's see if I go to sport. What color choices do I get? Yeah, I get my usual go-tos, the reds, the blues. That is really nice. So it's nice that you can actually change these things. In my case, I'm going to leave it to depending on driving mode, just because I think it looks cool. But that is a really fun thing. Now, another thing I really liked, and I pointed this out in one of my videos, is the new vents here. The way they're designed looks kind of like the GP wheels in a way, the way the spokes are. That is really kind of a neat little detail there. Really nice. I like that. But it's nice to know that the range can actually go up to 140 miles when you have it in Eco Plus, basically. But you also still get your heated seats. You still get your full automatic climate control. You have this nice single speed shifter. You have the electronic parking brake. And you also have head-up display, which is a must. And for low center of gravity, you have no sunroof. So, no sunroof right there. Really nice little car, though. Now, we were talking about some of the exterior changes to the car for 2022 model year. So the rear bumper has not changed really from 2021 to 2022. It's still very clean, very tidy, because you don't need extra stuff back here. But up front is where everything's been cleaned up. So this should actually improve aerodynamics as far as fuel efficiency goes and as far as the electric Mini goes. So you have the air curtain right there, the vents for the air curtain. So that channels air around the bumper. In fact, you can see a contour line right here running to the vents and then coming out right there. So that should help with your aerodynamics. This is a little bit nicer looking to me than the nose cone that's on the 2021s, but they also really kind of squared off the front end of the car when they redesigned it. So the wheel arches come down almost straight, and that's a really kind of nice look to it. I really like that. It just looks really aggressive like that. And the new LED turn signals indicators are just fantastic as well. Now this one does have the yellow accents on it, and we found out that this is actually a metallic yellow. There's actually some metallic fleck in there. I mean, lots of metallic. Under the right lighting, it looks incredible. Piano black door handles. Now, you can get the piano black beltline trim. That is an option. Or a dealer installed accessory, so you can get those. This one does have the roof rails, kind of like my car. So if you want to put a roof rack on the car, you absolutely can. And I think this also has the stop and go with the adaptive cruise control. Pretty nice setup though. Now, if anyone's curious how the charging system works, pop that cover. You have this plug here. Hang it up right here like you do with your regular gas cap. You then take this, your charger, and then you plug it in. Boom, green light that comes on. It's basically telling me it's fully charged, so we don't actually need this, but it's nice to know how it works, right? Now, part of the electric Mini being an electric Mini is that you can also, it basically is the same as any other hardtop. So your cargo space, you pardon me moving that out of the way, your cargo space is basically identical to what it's always been. So no loss in trunk space by going electric. Really no loss in trunk space. There's the extra charging equipment that you need when you're at home. Little roadside fix-a-flat kit. Nice stuff in there. New piano black badging. Piano black Cooper. And the MSRP on this, if you were to buy this one, is $38,500. That's the same price for all iconic trim electric Minis. So great price there. Plus you also get your $7,500 tax break for owning an electric car. And isn't that great as well? Now, for those of you who are going to buy one of these, you're probably going to use it as a commuter car. If you are living within a 60-mile radius of your work, that's not a bad thing. 30-mile radius, ideal. But the car can get 140 miles of range if you use Eco Plus. But if you're like me, you're going to be driving this car in sport mode all the time. I know it. But I think this looks amazing. This new enigmatic black, which has been around now for a couple years. Very pretty color. Very, very pretty color. But I'm curious what you think of the car, basically. I want to know what you all think. This is my first live stream kind of doing a walk around of this vehicle with you all. I do plan to do a actual video with this car showing some of the changes for 2022. But I thought it'd be fun to actually do a walk around and really kind of get you guys in person with the vehicle so you could actually kind of see what I'm seeing, because it truly is an amazing little car. And the other great thing about it is because it's an electric car, I was able to power it on completely from inside the showroom. So it's a great looking Mini. And if you're looking to buy one of these, definitely do it, especially considering they're now starting to make these more readily available as inventory vehicle. Pops and bangs on the SE. Unfortunately, no, JP. There are no pops and bangs on the SE. There is a nice kind of cool electric hum from the car, but no pops and bangs, unfortunately. Now, I would pop the bonnet and show you the motor, but there's nothing that's changed under there. This is the same motor they used for 2021 as well. The new headlights are still my favorite thing. The black insides instead of the chrome. Doesn't that look amazing there? Kind of gives it a really modern look. This thing just gleams. Yeah, that blue is amazing. And what's funny, Car Creations, or Ethan actually, what's funny is that this is actually enigmatic black. So it's technically, they call it a black, but it's really a very, 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 and you can see it, it's a very, very dark blue. And it's a really pretty dark blue. And the reason it looks so shiny is because the sales manager here details every single car that goes into the showroom himself. So he is a stickler for detail. But I mean, this car is loaded, it even has Harman Kardon in there. Isn't that just amazing? I wonder if there will be a performance upgrades next year to see if, to the SE, if Mini will hold, what was that? If Mini will hold off and move on to the G56. No, they are talking about doing a high performance electric Mini based off of the Mini pace setter that was being used for the Formula E racing. So we may actually see this car in a full-on John Cooper Works aesthetic. Probably limited production run as well. My guess is maybe 1,000 units. It'll be a pretty cool looking car. It'll be lower, have the full JCW look, have the flares. It'll definitely be different. But it'll be an amazing car. This car, though, is still equally good. Now, some of you might not notice this. They're starting to do USB-C ports in all the Minis now. So for all you with the new iPhone 11, iPhone 12s with the USB-C charging ports, you got that. You can even charge your GoPros. You can charge your MacBooks in here. It's a trickle charger, but you can still do all that, which is incredible. So I think this one actually does have the stop and go with the adaptive cruise control because it has all of its switches filled up at the bottom there. Now, initially, we were hesitant about this, what this would look like with the new vents, because as you know, with the F cars, the trim piece here used to come up right about here and then stop, and then there's a big vent. They've made the vents kind of cut through the trim panel, which gives it a very clean look. Now, I apologize for the glare coming from my phone. I drop it quite frequently because of my job, so it's a little scratched, but it was either this or try to hold my iPad or MacBook while doing this video for you all, and I did not want to do that. But I think it's amazing. Now, this is the new steering wheel. I forgot to point this out earlier, but these are the new cruise control, new radio controls. And as I pointed out in the JCW video that I did on the JCW, it's actually right over there. These are not haptic types of things. These are actually real buttons. You can actually get to press them. And Hillary, this car is at Barron until someone buys it. So the car is still here. The 2021 electric Mini that was in the showroom is now out on the lot, but this car is here until someone buys it, basically. And if you want to buy it, yeah, come down here and buy it. It's a beautiful car. It's a really, really nice car. And the seats are very comfortable. This lounge leather, very, very nice. The new steering wheels, though, these are amazing. Now, if you notice the stitching, all the steering wheels now have this stitching. The red stitching that was very common on the JCW steering wheel is gone, but the stitching's now on the inside of the wheel, and this has kind of a very kind of race car look to the steering wheel instead of that seam that was right here that we all know. So it's really changed, and I really like it. The spokes are different, and it's just really cool. Now, someone just asked if they could see the JCW grille. Now, because I'm in the showroom here, I can actually show you the JCW's front grille. So there's the JCW, and there's the new front grille. And as you can see, very, very different. It's kind of neat to have them side by side. You can actually do a side-by-side comparison here. So this is the JCW's front end, and then that's the Cooper S over there. So very clean, very simple lines with the Cooper S, and very aggressive, in my opinion anyway, with the JCWs. And overall, the looks are very, very clean, very tidy, less overhang, as you can see. These gigantic vents right here for the brake ducts, those are incredible. The red stitching in the JCW steering wheel. Red stitching is now gone, as I pointed out. So this JCW, which has a JCW steering wheel, no longer has the stitching. So all Minis now have the gray stitching on the steering wheel. And then this plate here designates it, whether it's a John Cooper Works, whether it's a Mini Electric, whether it's an Electric Collection, whether it's a Sidewalk Edition, and so forth. And because this is now a sold car, these stripes were custom ordered by the new owner. And they really do set off the front end of this car. They really do make it look very nice. And of course, we're back to the electric. Can we take a look at the ambient lighting? I can put you back in on the ambient lighting again, so stand by. So we had talked about the ambient lighting, and the yellow looks spectacular. I agree. So we're going to turn the car back on. So I can now get back into the car. Mini, system settings, displays, center instrument, basic display. Here we go. Ambient lighting. So this is where we're at right now. Now, we're currently having it set up where for driving mode, so it changes based on driving mode. So during lounge mode, you have very simple, very kind of pastel colors. And then if you put it in sport, it goes to very dramatic, very bright red colors, or very bright colors. And then you get more of the normal colors that we see with all of our Minis, basically. Now, what's cool is that center screen does the same thing. So look at the speed. See how it goes to red? It's kind of incredible right there. And the ambient lighting is also right there under the dash panels. And when the car is on or driving, it's in the doors as well at night. Now, we do also have, I forgot to point this out, and the car shuts itself off when you open the door. We do have now the weather lights. These work only when the car has its automatic lights on, and it's usually in the dark or at night or in inclement weather when you have the wipers going, I believe, because we turned this on and it didn't quite work with the way things were running at that time. But they're now integral to the headlights. And because they're integral to the headlights, that also means that the JCW now also gets weather lights, because they didn't have fog lights. And the way they're located, we've been told they are mounted down low in the headlight housing. We're not exactly sure where, but if I can ever find out, I will let you guys know, because at the moment I don't know where they are. But they're in there somewhere. This also, like my car, has the cornering headlight as well, or the cornering system. So when you turn your signals on or you're turning your wheel, it'll fire an LED right there in that corner that reflects out to the side of the car. But definitely different. Same antenna, of course. The taillights look a little bit darker than they did with the previous model year, but a lot of the piano black trim is also now standard with the iconic trim cars. Oh, you think it uses the cornering light as a fog? You know, that thought hadn't occurred to me. It's one way to find out. We got the car on. Car's on. Weather lights are on. I don't see anything. Maybe it's the wipers? Let's see here. Let's see if that does anything now that I have the wipers on. I don't see anything different. They must do something. They must do something, but I'm not sure what. We just know that they work for all weather, or for inclement weather. We just know that they work. I'm gonna have to actually find some information that explains exactly what those do. But as soon as I do, I will make a video on it, because I'm a little perplexed myself. But I'm planning to do an actual walk-around video for the car as opposed to just the live stream. So I will do one on that and throw in basically the same information that you all saw in this video. But I hope you enjoyed this live walk-around of the 2022 Electric Mini. If you did, leave a like below. Don't forget to comment, you know the deal. And as always, I'm just gonna remind you all before I let you go that life is too short to drive a boring car. So drive a Mini. I'll see you all in the next video. And I'm gonna figure out how to get out of this live stream. So that's not it. Here we go.